What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So we're going to start this one off with an update from Hunter Labrada. Now, Hunter did a guest posing at the NPC Western Michigan Bodybuilding Championships, and Hunter actually did a lot of guest posings this year, you guys. He must have done at least 4 or 5 at this point. It started very early in the season at the Emerald Cup, where he guest posed with Beef Stew. And of course, he's come a long way since then, you guys. He's finished first at the Tampa, second at the Texas, and now top 6 at the 2023 Mr. Olympia. And of course, this guest posing is 1 week after the Olympia, so Hunter, he looks really good here. This is an opportune time for guys to go and do guest posings. But one of the questions with Hunter coming into the 2024 season is, where does Hunter Labrada really go from here? Hunter really wanted to take 2 shows in the 2023 season to really figure out his peak. He has said in the past that he feels that he doesn't need to put on any more muscle mass in particular. He's dialed in the midsection, I really think, to the best that he can. So where can Hunter Labrada improve in the 2024 season? I really think that it comes down to conditioning for Hunter. He has really got to come in with that 100% grainy, gnarly conditioning. That's what he's missing at this point. Getting lean, I don't think he has any problem with that. But really coming in without that film of water, I think that's what it is in particular. If Hunter Labrada can pull that off, then he can continue to move up the ranks in the Mr. Olympia. Although it is going to be a very tough battle for him moving forward. Because, look, we saw Hunter place 4th at the 2021 Olympia. But the fact of the matter is, the playing field is much different now, you guys. In 2021, there was no Andrew Jack, there was no Michael Crizo. Tonio Burton was not a factor in the Open at that point. And these guys are not only right behind Hunter in this year's Olympia, but they still have massive room to improve. And the question is, does Hunter still have any room to improve beyond the conditioning factor? So I want to hear what you guys think about that in the comments below. Oh, and for the record, Hunter is only wearing the hat at this point at guest posings just to piss people off. Alright, so next up, Hunter Labrada was not the only one out there doing guest posings this weekend. Derek Lunsford also showed up for a guest posing. He showed up at the NPC Eastern USA Championships. And yeah, of course, again, you guys, Derek looks fantastic at this guest posing. It's just a week after the Olympia. But the big thing with this guest posing, you guys, is that Derek is really fulfilling that expectation of what we really want from the Olympia champion. Derek is getting out there, he's doing the appearances, now he's doing a guest posing. I mean, it is an opportune time, like I said, it's just a week after the Olympia, but this is what people want to see from the Olympia champion. Now, one of the conversations after the 2023 Olympia was surrounding the new Mr. Olympia being a good ambassador to the sport. And some of the conversation before the Olympia was that Derek Lunsford would be chosen as Mr. Olympia simply because he would be a good ambassador, as compared to Hadi Chupin from 2022. And this guest posing does show that Derek Lunsford will be the ambassador to the sport that the fans really want. Now, I put up a poll on my community tab for you guys, and I asked the question, what makes the reigning Mr. Olympia a good ambassador for bodybuilding? And of all the options that I had here, you guys came in and said at 59% that appearances and guest posings and strong and consistent social media content is exactly what we want to see from our champion. Now, actually in second place here, 28% of people thought that Mr. Olympia has no obligation to be a good ambassador. And I do think that's true to an extent. There is no contractual obligation for Mr. Olympia to do anything throughout the year. Mr. Olympia can go back home and do exactly what Dorian Yates did. Basically, you show nothing. You're seen nowhere. And that is completely within their right. But the fact of the matter is, the people want the access to our champion. Absolutely they do. Derek had lineups at this NPC Eastern USA Championships. I mean, the lineups, I was told, lasted for hours, you guys. This is what people want. They want to see the champ. And so Derek is giving us exactly what the fans are looking for. And it's good for his brand as well, too. I have heard Derek say that he's going to continue with the social media content throughout the year, so we can expect to see a lot from our Olympia champion in 2024. So I'm going to ask the question to you guys in this video. Let me know in the comments below. Is this what you want to see from your champion? Is this what we should expect from our champion in bodybuilding? So you guys let me know in the comments below. Alright, so we just watched the prejudging for the Romania Musclefest Pro here, and you guys, this was definitely not an easy victory for Samson Dauda here. Now, the first call-out that they had did have Samson Dauda, we had Behruz Tabani, who they actually kept in the center next to Samson the entire time. We had Horse MD make the first call-out, we had Mafuda, Nathan Diasha, and we had Andrea Presti. So you guys, they continued to keep Nathan Diasha on the outside of that top two. At no point did we see Nathan in the center of this call-out. They kind of moved him on one side of Behruz and then one side of Samson. For the most part, you did find Nathan next to Behruz Tabani here, but it's actually Horse MD that I was most surprised with in this call-out, because he was kept next to Samson for the vast majority of this call-out. In terms of muscularity, we finally have the answer as to how substantial the gains have been from Horse MD, and he's definitely made some improvements. Now from the back, he definitely still has some work to do. I mean, honestly, it looked like Horse MD had the back of more like a national level qualifier as compared to the rest of the guys here. But if that's the only thing that he has to work on, like I said, he was kept next to Samson pretty much the entire time. Now, I do think that Mafuda was overlooked in this lineup. He was kept to the outside of the first call out the entire time, from both the first time they called everyone out and the second time that they called everyone out. Pretty much the entire time he was kept next to Horse MD, and I just really think that in terms of overall muscularity, shape, symmetry, proportions, even conditioning wise, Mafuda really looked to be on point from what I could see. I think that he deserves more of a comparison to the guys that are right in the middle there, and hopefully they move him back more toward the center to give him another chance at final, because he really did impress me here. Now, they did have one final call out between Nathan Diasha and Horse MD, so we're either looking at the battle between 3rd and 4th or potentially 4th and 5th. I'm not really sure. It was kind of a weird call out. If I had to guess, I would say that it's the battle between 3rd and 4th. And you know what? Horse MD was really pushing Nathan here. The silhouette of Horse MD as compared to Nathan, I think I could understand why the judges may end up going with that look. In terms of muscularity, like I said, he's right there with Nathan, especially through the legs. Conditioning wise, I think that you saw a little bit more detail in the lower body of Horse MD than you did in Nathan, so we actually may see Nathan Diasha slip to a 4th place spot in this lineup, you guys. So if I was to guess after prejudging, I would say that you have Samson Dauda in 1st, you've got Behruz Tabani in 2nd, I would actually put Horse MD in 3rd as of right now, you guys. I think that you've got Nathan Diasha in 4th, you've got Mafuda in 5th, and you've got Andrea Presti in 6th. So we'll see what happens at the finals. But so far, this is a very exciting show, and especially for only 1 week after the Olympia, this is a great way to kick off the 2024 qualifying season, you guys. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.